Good evening, Britannia, and hello to the rest of the world. Welcome to 2CTV. And some good news for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Today's been a tough day, of course, following yesterday's pro-British rally, as we had Tommy Robinson, of course, being arrested. We already talked about that. We'll continue to keep you guys posted. Obviously, I'm in the group chat with the rest of the team and Tommy to find out exactly what the situation is going to be. I just got back to London. Obviously, I wasn't in London. I was in Kent until now. Literally got back about half an hour ago. And obviously, we talked about the protests outside Downing Street as well. But let's talk about some good news, at least for now, for a little bit. Let's take a break from all the doom and gloom and talk about Akhmed Yakoob. Akhmed Yakoob is, or was, the representative, the legal representative, who was the lawyer for the Islamic family, the whole incident in the Manchester airport. Do you remember? Last few days we've been covering the incident at the airport in Manchester, which escalated, obviously, when the first video came out showing the armed police officers being aggressive against two Islamic men, brothers. Everybody was like, whoa, what's going on? And of course we said, wait for it. CCTV footage came out yesterday, a couple of days ago, and showed that actually, well, they were not helping their situation. Akhmed Yakoob became the lawyer for the family and for the two guys. And then we discovered that he was revealed to be an Islamist, a political activist, pro-Gaza. He stood in the recent elections in the UK, in England. He lost, of course, but he stood on the pro-Gaza platform. Then the reason he has now been sacked by the family, there are two reasons for this, and we're going to talk about it because it's very important, especially for those of you watching. If you're young and you want to get into law, become a lawyer, it's very important. Basically, everything that Akhmed Yakoob has done, don't do that. Do the opposite. When he became the lawyer for these two guys, so the one on the left is that way, that one. The one in blue was the one who broke a police officer's nose, the female police officer's nose, and broke down another one as well. The one on the right somehow ended up hitting his own mum. So yeah, his IQ is not too high. And then when Akhmed Yakoob became the lawyer for these guys, guess what happened? He went on TikTok, he went on Instagram, he went on YouTube, X, everything. He went on TV. He made it all about himself because he's an Islamist grifter. And of course, throughout the whole social media stuff that he's been doing and his legal career, God knows how he managed to become a lawyer. He's become infamous, but he's living a great luxury life with his Lamborghinis and everything else. But of course, this was the original video that came out, the initial video. It looks very scary. Ooh, the police officer kicking. Ooh. And then we discovered, of course, the latest CCTV footage came out, confirmed it. The issue is, not only he's been the lawyer, he's been using this family and the whole case to his own advantage to basically make himself more famous. It goes further. So first things first, we got the statement. Obviously, Mr. Yakoob is no longer acting for the family, which has instructed a new lawyer. Now, obviously, they're saying that Mr. Amaz, that's the son. I don't know if the one in the blue was Ahmad or Mohammed. One of them is traumatized because of the attack by the police, which is really weird considering he was the one who attacked the police first. Armed police. Do not attack the armed police. What's wrong with you? But the family realized that the CCTV came out, exposed the whole thing. Guess what they're doing now? The family are now saying that we have real concerns for the police officers who've been injured. Because they know they need sympathy now. The family know. And obviously the mother and the brothers, they realize, okay, we now have the full version of the video. Everyone's seeing it. Let's do what we forgot to do before, which is show sympathy and some sort of compassion for the police officers who were injured at the airport. So they did that, which basically people said that was supposed to be the job of the lawyer, to make sure that he helps them with what to say, what not to say, mostly basically. But in fact, Mr. Yakoob came out, said this today. After reviewing the CCTV footage from Manchester Airport, nothing can justify a kick to a defenseless man. Those are my views. I don't think you're supposed to have them, but okay, not publicly. These officers are highly trained. They shouldn't be losing control or seeing red. I could say a lot right now when it comes to some people. I'm going to be politically correct for 1 second. Some people from the Islamic world, some people, right? Some people from the Islamic world, they seem to see red on a daily basis when they get the wrong order for their breakfast. I don't think you can say the armed police officers saw red. I can tell you what will happen if armed police officers lose their control, considering what they're holding in their hands. You would not be alive. Your former clients would not be alive. They had massive, huge restraint. They could have done anything at that point. It was imminent threat. You had a couple of guys attacking the colleagues and everybody, and they were not stopping. Even when they point the gun at them, they were not stopping. They had at that point every right, because of security at the airport, to shoot them. They still didn't. And you're going around saying they saw red? Are you kidding me with this? Anyway, so this is the other reason, of course, that the family realized, yeah, this dude doesn't get it. Not only he made the case about himself, he's making himself famous, getting more followers on social media, increasing base and everything else, but he's also a little bit stupid. Again, God knows how he managed to become a lawyer. So that's happened to Akhmed Yakoob. And so he's gone. Yay! Celebrate. But obviously, as I said, with all the stuff that's been happening yesterday and today, and Tommy Robinson getting arrested and everything else, I thought it would be good to just do like a 10-minute break from doom and gloom and give you some good news while we will go back to focusing on Tommy's case. We'll keep it posted on 2CTV and everything else. But this goes back to the media. The media do not cover things fairly. When the first video came out, all over the place. When the CCTV came out, you can just briefly see them on the website on Sky News and BBC News and all the others, right? We have another example of the mess. Thanks to Antifa Public Watch, there's an account that basically holds the far left to account. So, Independent, the newspaper, the press, the outlet, The Independent deliberately released deceitful video in order to dupe its viewers that arrests were made at tonight's protest outside Downing Street. So this is about what happened earlier tonight, outside Downing Street, where some people went to protest in favor of Tommy Robinson, right? And I believe Paul Thorpe ended up going there as well, which we said on the channel. Obviously, I wasn't around. I just got back to London. But The Independent, going to go to the headline. They said 9 people were arrested. They posted the video on YouTube and on their website showing this. 4 hours ago, 35,000 people watching it. Police clash with Tommy Robinson supporters as 9 arrested. You can see the video. Then you go here on their website, Sunday, 28th of July. You can see the picture, Whitehall, right? You can see here, people being arrested outside Downing Street, 28th of July, Sunday. Police clash with Tommy Robinson supporters. Ladies and gentlemen, the videos and the footage are not from today. They're just randomly claiming nonsense. That there are clashes right now outside Downing Street and 9 people were arrested. What are you talking about? Who holds these people to account? They are supposed to have regulators. Both the press and broadcast media have regulators. You know, the whole point of the regulated press and media. Who holds them to account right now? What's going to happen now? You know, should we expect an apology? Should we expect a correction? Should we expect, I don't know, someone to get sacked? Anything. No, they're going to continue to do it. Going to get away with it. And even when they're forced to do some sort of apology, you know what they do? They post it in a tiny page on their website. Oh, we need to clarify. Yesterday's article was not accurate. And they just move on. And they do it again the next day, next week, next month. Fake news after fake news after fake news. They do not actually clarify things. When independent media outlets like 2CTV and others, when we have made mistakes in the past, when, for example, there was breaking news happening, everything at once happening, and at times we show something and then we have to correct it, say, oh, actually that was from before, or that the location is not right, what we said, we always correct it. We say, oh, oopsie, that's the correction now. Done. And nobody's regulating us technically. For now, of course, Ofcom wants to have more power to control us. These people, they're supposed to be regulated. What's their excuse? Super chat time. Andy, thank you for super chat saying we were there yesterday. It was a brilliant and peaceful event. Couldn't find you in the crowd. Our Tommy is a modern day Nelson Mandela. Free him. Don't give him a big head. But yes, absolutely. Free Tommy. Nelson Mandela. David says defenseless. This guy got stuck in 3 times before being put down. Who he thinks he is Muhammad Ali. Oh, who does they think he is? Muhammad Ali? That's a good point, actually. On behalf of humanity, I would like to say, bah ha 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 ha. That was a good way, isn't it? So, yeah. I think every now and then we need some sort of good news, especially with everything that's happening now. We don't have much more information, obviously, from the Tommy situation, since, obviously, we went live earlier on TCTV and told you guys the details. Apart from the fact that we know the Metropolitan Police are saying, they released a statement saying, we were not responsible. We did not arrest Tommy or anybody. They said it was another force, police force. So, of course, that implies that it was in a different part. So we'll get more information to see what exactly happened. Even if, for example, the situation is that Tommy was planning to leave the country, that's still irrelevant. You don't need to use the Terrorism Act of 2000. Terrorism Act? Just hold him for 24 hours and take him to court the next day, which is supposed to go on Monday anyway. I mean, if I see it from the perspective of the state, if you really, really hate Tommy right now, just keep him there for 24 hours and or extend it 48 hours and sort it out. We know this is about more than that. The reason they chose the Terrorism Act was more than that, as in they want to use more powers against us. They're just testing the waters. They're testing it with Tommy to see what happens when they use these sort of powers, so they could escalate it next time and everything else. And of course, Hope Not Hate and Nick Lawls and those guys as the Antifa type group in the UK, far left, knowing the information before anybody else, before Tommy knew that he was going to go to court on the 29th, is concerning. And somebody needs to answer some questions. Van der Fork says, I've just got back from Downing Street, Maya. Thank you for going there, by the way. Apologies I couldn't be there. It was not aggressive in any way, shape or form. We didn't act like animals. Yes, of course not. You know, there's always one or two idiots. And in fact, yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, everything's going so quickly. Yesterday, we had about 50,000 people, right? 50,000 people. Two people out of 50,000 started to, I'm guessing they were drunk or whatever. They started initially having a row with the Palestinian supporters, the protesters. Just leave them alone. And then they started fighting them like idiots. And both sides attacked each other. And of course, the two people from the rally side, they happen to be stronger. So they got arrested. But the media loves that. The media like, wow, yeah, Tommy Robinson supporters robbed 2 out of 50,000. And you don't even know who these people are. You don't know if they infiltrated or pretended to start a fight or whatever, or just 2 idiots. That's not a bad result. 2 out of 50,000. That's not really actually bad. Every crowd, every rally, every event, every nightclub, like Saturday nights, Friday nights, every nightclub, there are fights, there are aggressions, things happen. 2 out of 50,000, pretty good result actually. All right. Sean says, 2C, I live in the US and I keep getting unsubscribed from your channel, WTF. Yeah, we are aware of this problem. I am in touch, of course, I've been in touch with YouTube for a while. They say it's a bug that affects some accounts, but repeatedly. So most accounts, they're fine, but some accounts continue to get unsubscribed. And it's not just my channel or political channels, other channels as well, non-political channels. They say certain accounts apparently have bugs. My previous YouTube account, my private account, kept getting unsubscribed from random non-political channels as well. I am in touch with them. I'm continuing to push them. They are working on it, but as you guys know, YouTube is a massive organization, so it takes a while to do anything. There's a good reminder, you guys mentioned the whole unsubscribing thing. So for now, make sure to manually check. Unfortunately, you have to. If you remember, when you wake up in the morning, think about Maya 2C. When you go to sleep, think about Maya 2C. That way, you always remember to manually go on YouTube, and then you can watch the videos, and you can also check if you're subscribed or not. You might also end up having a dream about me. Don't know if that's good or bad. It's a very subjective matter, guys. What's going on in the super chat? Miamuk says, we are being abused. Gotta do something. And soon. Well, let's see how this whole situation goes, because it's not looking good, this whole saga with Tommy. Barbara says, Paul Thorpe said they are meeting outside the courts tomorrow at 9 a.m. Unfortunately, I'm going to be a traitor again to the cause, because I'm actually flying to Spain tomorrow, 4 a.m. So, literally, actually, and I have to leave the flat in 6 hours. That's going to be tough. I haven't slept. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there tomorrow, but of course, Paul's going to be there. Others going to be there. I will go live from Spain. I will show you guys the footage. Even if I'm not there in person, don't worry. I will still cover it remotely from Spain. I'll have to... This was organized before, obviously. I didn't know this was going to happen. But we will still come to you guys on 2CTV. Wherever we are, we will report this even remotely. Tom Robertson in the UK, same thing. Oh, Navalny, slightly different, but yep. Aaron says, smoke and mirror to hide Tom Robinson to delay and control him. And Frankie says, funny that they waited till today to arrest Tommy. We wouldn't do it yesterday with all the patriots. Imagine, I mean, in defense of the establishment, imagine what would have happened if they had somehow went into the crowd after the rally and dragged him out. Would have been a little bit problematic for everybody concerned. So I think they realized. And also, this was a very bureaucratic, planned arrest. So they knew that, of course, the next day, well, the 2 days from the rally, which is tomorrow, Monday, they had to find him to take him to court anyway. So I think they were watching him in general. So obviously tomorrow, Court of Justice, I believe, 9 a.m. If you guys could be there, that would be great. Actually, the more of you could be there, considering I won't be there, it would be good. So I can still get the footage and report it onto CTV for everybody else who's not able to be there. Obviously, I don't expect everyone to come all the way to London on a Monday morning, but those of you who are around London, 9 a.m., that's where everybody's going to be. David says, turns out it's Yvette Cooper that has got Tommy arrested. Keep up the good work, Maya. And also, not necessarily Yvette Cooper, but Attorney General of the Labour government as well, in charge of these powers. AFC Man UK, Maya, have a chat with Danny Tomer about Tommy's arrest. We are on the same team, by the way. For the record, we're on the same team and same group chats and everything else. So we've been talking all day with Paul, with Danny and everybody else. We're all obviously part of the same team and same group chat on WhatsApp and everything else. So we'll keep you guys posted about anything else that we are getting more information tomorrow. AFC Manager says apparently they were asking him some really bizarre questions. I'm going to get more of the details before I report it on 2CTV, obviously, about what exactly the situation is in terms of him being held, which is quite concerning. Stevie says, great day yesterday, and I got a selfie with you, Maya. Top man, really looking forward to the next rally, Free Tommy. Absolutely. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the day as well. Mook says, never thought I would think of selling up. But, yeah. Selling up what? My mind doesn't work anymore. The only religion where your backside faces heaven and faces hell. Ouchie. And Cliff says everyone must get out there to support the fascist Marxist agenda. To support the fascist. I mean, the fascists are supposed to be fascist Marxist agenda. Why are we supporting the Marxist agenda? We're not. It's not a good idea. Do not support the Marxist agenda. It's naughty. It's very naughty. It's not nice. One more super chat. It's all coming in fast. Matt. Thank you, Matt. In regards to the Kubler-Ross stages of grief and my observation of our world, I am now at acceptance. No longer angry nor attempting to bargain. I'm not even depressed. I just find it funny. Yeah, the thing is, don't forget, the Brits went through through chaos in the 30s and 40s. What was the motto? Keep calm and carry on. The Jews got invaded in October by the Islamists. I went to Tel Aviv in November. What was the attitude? Keep calm and carry on. Humor. Make jokes. Don't give up. Don't be complacent. Don't surrender. Do not lose your sense of humor, because that's a power. That is a power. What is going on here? That is a power. that you do not want to lose. It's not just about sense of humor, it's about focus, but it's about keeping unity, and all that is important. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maya TC, and we are the media.